Hello, 49th video. One more to 50. Without your support, my dear learners, viewers, ladies, gentlemen, and countrymen, without your support, it was not possible. So let's begin today's video. The message to begin is sharing is caring. Share information as much as you can, like I am doing with you. That shows caring, and caring is always leading to sharing. That is the opening message for me, for you. The second thing is image transformation. Two important things I want to discuss with you. Watch it right up to the end. The first is image transformation. You have a present image of a learner of English language. Change it. Look at yourself as somebody who is already speaking fluently, eloquently, clearly, concisely, impressively. You already are doing so. How is it possible? Very, very simple. Just 30 seconds. Sit on a chair comfortably and put one more chair in front of you and close your eyes. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself sitting in the chair opposite you, and a person you've already become what you want to be, that is somebody who is already speaking beautiful English. You have the power within you. Just imagine that you're already that, what you want to be, and there is going to be changes taking place in your body, and the mind will direct you where you want to go. It's a simple process of image transformation. I'm going to make a video on this, but for starters, I thought I'll just share with you this today. The third thing I want to discuss with you, my viewers, is that the law, Malcolm law, mentioned in the book Outliers, is one which says if you want perfection, you want mastery in any skill, any field, 10,000 hours you have to practice. All I'm saying is take out 1,000 hours. That's it. 3 hours per day, 1 year. That's what is needed for you. That is what you have to invest. 1,000 hours. Forget 10,000. Let's talk about 1,000. So I'm making a course for you. One video a day, 365 videos in a year. Look at them, see them, practice. You have to take out time. You work in 1 hour, 1 year, or in 3 years. That choice is yours, right? So 1,000 hours, gentlemen, and 3 hours per day. These videos are coming to you very soon, and it's going to be for every Indian. The objective is every Indian should speak beautiful, lovely English. We should set an example for the people out there in the world. Okay, let's begin for the learners. Something very, very useful and important. So at times confusing may be. So I'm going to show you what this is. And just have a look. As always, I have written down in my own hand just a few words. You can have a look. I can always type it and then I can show it to that way, but this gives a better feel. So this is from me to you with a feeling, right? What are they talking about? Though, although, and even though, right? And the second group is despite and in spite of. Though, although, even though. It says here that though, although, even though are always coming up with an adjective clause. Simply a clause which, an adverb clause which will add value to the verb. That kind of a clause. And what is a clause? A clause is nothing but which has got an S and V. That is a subject and a verb. So though, although, even though will be utilizing a clause, right? And you have despite and in spite. These two will be utilizing a phrase. Now, what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words which is using a noun, a verb, or a gerund. What is a gerund? A gerund is a verb ending in ing which acts as a noun in a sentence. Don't worry about it, we'll learn about it, but you just heard it. Gerund is also important to know what it is. So, despite and in spite are going to be used with a phrase, right? And despite and in spite of, these are used as prepositions. We are going to look into a bit of detail so that you can understand these very well. So let me begin to explain to you what this means, right? The first one is though. Though it's informal. When we use though, it is in an informal sense. Formal sense, informal sense, right? So when you use informal, I'll give you an example. Although the game was difficult, I did well. Although the game was difficult, I did well. Now this is informal, although it's starting with this sentence. You could just reverse it also if you want. I did well although the exam was difficult. You can put it either way. You can see I out here is a subject and did is the verb. Next one is I think I did talk nicely, though the competition was tough. I think I talked nicely, though the competition was tough. So out here, now though goes in between the sentence. The next one is the exam was difficult. I think I did well though. Out here now using the example is of though. The exam was difficult. I think I did well though. Third one is even though. So here it is a contrast between two thoughts and ideas, and there's a lot of emphasis when you want to stress on something. You compare two things, then even though is used. Although and though can be used interchangeably, they're fine. But even though is used when you are going to stress on something, right? So the example is even though the game was easy, I failed to perform. Even though the game was easy, I failed to perform. So this is an example where we have used even though. Come to despite, right? Despite is also we can use it as a preposition, or take an example and explain to you. Despite his best efforts, he could not save the patient. Despite his best efforts, he could not save the patient. Right? One more. Now here the gerund part which I was explaining to you, despite as the gerund. Where is the gerund in this? Despite being ahead of time in the game, despite being ahead on time in the game, we lost. Despite being ahead in the game, we lost. So here being is the verb be and ing, which is a gerund used here as a noun, being. The last one is in spite. Now this is used in sentences where you can interchangeably use despite and in spite, but look at this sentence I've got for you. In spite of his best efforts, in spite of his best efforts, he could not win the race. In spite of his best efforts, he could not win the race. So, in summary, we have learnt the use of although, though, even though, despite, and in spite. I hope this was enlightening for you, and you can learn more about it. You can write in comment box what is your take on it. If you want to know more about it, please write in the inbox. I will be happy to respond to you. Now we are coming to 12 word challenge. Today's challenge is 12 words, right? Have a look at these 12 words carefully. I'll take them one by one. Now these words, 12 words, some of them you may not be knowing, even I didn't. So I thought I'll get you a variety of words which will add to your vocabulary. So let's begin. You can take a screenshot of this, then I'll continue with each word with an example of a sentence. Right? It is just exposed, jeopardy, deterrence, perspicacity, permitted, morphed, festered, convergences, right? Epitome and embody and resilience. So you have, again, you have just exposed, look, mark the pronunciation. Just exposed, jeopardy, deterrence, perspicacity, permitted, morphed, festered, convergences, epitome, embody, resilience. So I have given you the pronunciation. Let's straight away go into each word and understand what are these. Just exposed means placed together for contrast or consideration. You place something together for contrast or consideration. The black and white photographs, example of a sentence, the black and white photographs were just exposed with the colored ones on one side. The black and white photographs were just exposed with the colored ones on one side. So they were just exposed means they were compared. They were put together for comparison. Jeopardy. Jeopardy means danger, loss, harm or failure. Anything can be. The whole production process is in jeopardy. And the whole production process is in danger. Right? It's a loss making one. Next one is deterrence. Now deterrence means action of discouraging any action which is discouraging or any event which is discouraging. How? Through instilling doubt or fear of the consequences. I'm repeating this. Deterrence is something which is discouraging, right? By what? By instilling doubt or fear of the consequences. Example, nuclear missiles. Note the pronunciation. MISSILES. Nuclear missiles remain the main deterrence for the human race. Nuclear missiles remain the main deterrence for the human race, right? This is a tough one, but we'll do it. Perspicacity, perspicacity, perspicacity. It is the quality of ready insight into things, or shrewdness. The perspicacity of her behavior was not acceptable to the crowd. The perspicacity of her behavior was not acceptable to the crowd. Permitted, PERMEATED. I'm giving you the spellings also so that becomes more clear. This means spread throughout, or pervade. One more word is pervade. Example, the aroma of the soup permeated the air. The aroma of the soup permeated the air. Morphed, M-O-R-P-H-E-D, morphed. Morph means change smoothly from one image to another. Change smoothly from one image to another, or a gradual process of transformation. Gradual process of transformation. Example, the cute girl has morphed into a moody mall. The cute girl has morphed into a moody mall. Festered, F-E-S-T-E-R-E-D, festered, to become septic. Septic, any wound becomes septic by germs, etc. Example, I developed a tropical sore, S-O-R-E, sore, that festered incessantly. That festered incessantly. Next word is convergences. This is a word which is coming from converge. Converge means coming together at one point. Coming together at one point. It's used a lot by the newspaper writers these days. The convergence of lines at a distance. Convergence of lines at a distance. Right? Next one is also a beautiful word. I have started using this, epitome. E-P-I-T-O-M-E. Epitome. Epitome means perfect example of anything. She is an epitome of grace. She is an epitome of grace. Next word is embody. This is also used quite a lot. E-M-B-O-D-Y. Nice word. Be an expression of. To be an expression of, or give a tangible or visible form of an idea, feeling, or quality. Again, I'll say embody means be an expression of or give a tangible or visible form of any idea, feeling, or quality. For example, the national team that embodies competitive spirit and skill. So these two things, the competitive spirit and skills, they are being expressed by the national team, right? It's being expressed by the national team. Last word is resilience. Absolutely marvelous word. Must use it, must learn it. It means capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. We all should. Capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, or also it means toughness, right? It's a sentence, you can have a look. The often remarkable resilience of so many Indian institutions. The often remarkable resilience of so many Indian institutions. That means bouncing back. The capacity to be tough, or the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. The second meaning of resilience is the ability to spring back. The ability to spring back, or elasticity. Nylon has excellent resilience. Nylon has excellent resilience. So these were the 12 words, ladies and gentlemen, I brought for you. Some of them are very tough, some of them are nice, not so tough. So choice is yours. After all, we have to increase our vocabulary and add, whether difficult or not, we have to add new words. So if you know difficult words, that will help you to improve your language even more. Now I have this para taken for a reading, and just 2 words which are going to be explained. It's an article which has appeared in the today's Hindustan Times, and I'm going to show it to you. It's a very small one. It'll just take 2 minutes for you. I'm going to read it for pronunciation. Kindly have a look. I hope you can see it. That's right. Yes, I'm focusing it for you. Okay. It says, in a new world, why old Europe matters. Some knowledge for you from the papers today. In a new world, why old Europe matters. European Union and UK are walking up to the Chinese threat. European Union and UK are walking up to the Chinese threat, even as the convergence with India is growing. Now, this is the convergence that is coming together at a point. That is the meaning of convergence. While COVID-19 has disrupted societies, it has also brought greater clarity for individuals and nations. Again, while COVID-19 has disrupted societies, it has also brought greater clarity for individuals and nations. The European Union and the United Kingdom are two political geographies that may be experiencing this and are certainly at an inflection point. In this context, Foreign Secretary H.V. Shringla's visit to Paris, London, and Berlin gains salience, SALIENCE. That he has chosen Europe for his first COVID-19 era visit outside the neighborhood suggests that New Delhi has sensed the importance of this moment. At a recent event, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar articulated why his ministry continued to invest time and energy in the relationship with Europe. So a small para I have read, and the only two words I got out of this, which I am going to discuss with you. First is disrupted. Disrupted means interrupt any event, activity, or process. If it is interrupted, it is called disruption. By how? By causing a problem, right? Example: flooding disrupted rail services. Flooding disrupted rail services. So I hope you got this word disrupted or disrupt. Now the other one is salience. 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 Salience means the quality of being particularly noticeable. The quality of being particularly noticeable or important or prominence. So this is a sentence. Let's see whether you can make out the meaning of the word. The political salience of religion has a considerable impact. That means the importance of the religion in politics is impacting considerably. So this is all I had for you today, and I hope you have gained in this 49th video a lot of learning in English, spoken English, and I am always wishing for your career, for your happiness, for your growth, for your future. I wish you all the very best, and keep watching the videos. Tomorrow is going to be the 50th video. I thank you for the support you have been extending, which gives me the initiative, the incentive, the motivation to do these videos for you. A small request, as always, at the end: you like the videos, then please subscribe, do share them. Sharing is caring. Do like them, and don't forget to put in remarks in the comment box. I enjoyed making and delivering this video to you. Thank you so much for watching this patiently. Do watch it second time on my recommendation, and I am saying goodbye to you till we meet again. Thank you.